July is right around the corner. You know what that means?
Fish!
Artfight season! The scramble to get all your characters presentable before the 1st is real. I'm here to help though. 2024 will be my 6th year participating in Artfight, and I want to provide some advice to getting your page cleaned up, as well as some of the things I learned over the years. Little disclaimer though, this video assumes you already know how to navigate the site and how it works. If you don't know about that, then I suggest watching this video. Enough yapping though, let's dive in. Your profile is very important. When someone lands on your page for whatever reason, the first thing they'll see is your profile bio. Make it enticing! I tend to snoop on most of the pages of people who follow me, and the biggest thing that's gonna make me turn right around is if your bio is blank or if it lacks flavor. By lacking flavor, I mean it's just a block of uncolored text with nothing breaking it up. Artfight provides a pretty decent amount of customization, allowing different fonts, text sizes, colors, and embedding images. Use this to your advantage! Though I know paid users get access to way more customization, you don't gotta pay. It's alright to just use it for free. As an example, here's my Artfight bio. Right off the bat, you land seeing my banner artwork from Twitter cropped to be a teensy bit less of a space hog. I present some basic info in a small section, and then larger portions split up into more easily digestible bullet points. I use some little text sparkles to break up sections with more than just a section break, but I know many users use digital stamps to break up sections too. If you're stumped on what to add to your bio, here's a few things I love seeing in Artfight bios. First of all, a chart or list showing what you prioritize creating. For example, here's mine. Number 2, a list of your friends who use Artfight. You can color code their names depending on what team they're on and add links to them so people exploring can discover your friends too and maybe attack more than one of you. And number 3, an attack counter. Setting a goal attack number and counting up in real time throughout the month shows people you're active and dedicated. There's more stuff I love seeing disclosed, but some belong in different sections, like This page is also very important. When people click into it, they'll be met with your global character permissions. I, and many other users, use this space for more detailed character information alongside preferences for drawing. Make sure you're adding what you encourage being drawn, as well as what you don't want drawn. As for extra things, I love using the starring system for my characters. I sort mine by series, because I write about my OCs, in order to keep things looking clean and orderly on my page. This means, though, that they're not sorted by my favorites. In order to rectify this, I put stars next to the names of characters I want drawn most, and I can swap them around as the month goes on. Another very nice thing I like to add to my character permissions is an interaction sheet. If you're like me and have a story or universe where many characters know each other, this is good to add so people know who to draw with who. I also add this type of information in my character bios, but having it easily accessible here makes it easier to— Can my house not creak for one goddamn second? I also add this type of information in my character bios, but having it easily accessible here makes it easier to pick out characters from a glance. I like to add in their thumbnail images with links to their character pages, but be careful. I use Discord to host my image URLs, and they broke about a day after I implemented them. Using Imgur instead, Imgur, whatever, and privately publishing the album with all the thumbnail images, or just using the Artfight hosted thumbnails will hopefully help their longevity. Make sure your characters are sorted the way you want. If you want to rotate out featured characters that'll show up on your main page, remember Artfight only displays the first 6 characters on your list there. I notice those first 6 usually get a lot of attention. Putting the character stars information in your main profile as well as character permissions should theoretically resolve this issue at least somewhat, but I only started using it in around the second half of the 2023 season, so I don't really have enough info yet. Oh man, this part is probably the most strenuous of them all. First thing I like to add in big, colorful text is a link to the Toy House pages for my characters if they have them. I know not everyone uses Toy House, even though I highly recommend it, so you could link to other image hosting sites with character-specific folders, but Toy House is by far the best for this sort of thing. This also is extremely useful for when the site slows down and crashes during the first few days of every new season. Hosting images elsewhere allows people to work on art for you even when Artfight itself is down. Now, I'm admittedly really bad with formatting character bio as well. I tend to give up and just give them flavorless text walls with some hyperlinks to other characters they interact with. I do write a lot of informative things in there though, so it goes to show presentation is kind of everything. I tend to add the basic personality stuff, plus some story stuff if applicable, and their height and age. Height is especially nice for characters I want drawn with others. When crafting my references, I try to make them height accurate to one another, but the effect is lost when they're displayed individually. Speaking of character references though, don't beat yourself up if you don't have a perfect reference. I keep mine pretty simple to try and make them in a way where they can be reused for multiple years. Though my favoritism does shine through with a couple of my references. Either way, use those 6 image slots you get per character to your advantage. Everything else can be put into your toy house or image hosting site in the little link. I'd also like to briefly go over tagging. You can add tags to your characters and that makes them findable in the tag search. I usually add what series they're based on if they're a fan character, their age, sexuality, something silly, and anything else I can think of. There's no downside to using every tag slot, just don't tag a character with something that doesn't apply to them. That's about it when it comes to adding things to your profile. Let's get into some various tips I learned over the years. As I said last section, on the first few days of Artfight, and the day or two before it starts, the site slows down drastically and sometimes stops working altogether. It's important to collect references for things you want to draw for the first few days in advance. I like storing them in a personal Discord server that only I'm in, but of course things like a Google Doc or even your phone's notepad could work. I use Discord mainly for being able to upload images super easily. Also, make sure you're not only saving the references, but also the character bio, URL, character ID, and the owner of any given character. This way you don't even have to log on to Artfight until you're ready to post the attack. Pace yourself if you can. I'm really guilty of pumping out like 5 pieces per day for the first few days of Artfight, and then giving myself burnout and not working for most of the season. I know Artfight is exciting, but try your hardest to not overwork yourself. Don't expect every attack you do to be guaranteed a response. Artfight is first and foremost a giving game, and no user is obligated to give you something in return. Some users are extremely popular and get many attacks and aren't able to keep up. I tend to prioritize gifting my friends and trying to keep up with revenges on the side, but if you can't keep up, don't sweat it. Just please, let the artists who attack you know you see and appreciate them. Artfight doesn't need to be competitive. Some people min-max the point system and churn out hundreds of pieces per year in order to rack up a high point count, but if that doesn't sound fun, you can take things at your own pace. Yes, Brenda, I hear you. That's my cat. Drawing what you want for others is important for both keeping yourself away from burnout and keeping things fun. If you're avenging someone who made a full illustration, you can match them on points if you want to, but it's not an obligation by any means. Again, make sure you thank people, but it's not a requirement to have completely equal traits. I hope this video helped some of you out with Artfight, whether you're new or returning. Remember, you don't have to have the perfect profile or references or attacks or anything. This is a game for fun. Don't worry too much about it. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be watching the clock for the next week until Artfight is open. See you around!